to my channel. Today, being the version of you that has everything that you want is way, way easier than you might think, and I'm going to tell you why that is the case. I have spoken about in a previous video, in my neuroplasticity video, about being somebody else, so being a person that you admire, so embodying the energy of that person or embodying the energy of the you that is this. So this is what we're talking about here. You are basically embodying an energy of the you that has what you want. So let's say you had everything. Let's just pick one particular subject. So you pick something that you want in your life at the moment, and do you know why it's not in your life? Can you feel that you've got all this internal stuff going on that is blocking it, that's holding it off? Can you be honest and go, yeah, I know why, because I'm feeling this, because I'm feeling that? If you can do that, that's good. You want to be able to do that, because then that shows you, that's a clear indication of why you haven't manifested that. Now, what would the version of you be that did have this? How would she be feeling in this moment because she would have this thing? What sort of things would she be saying to herself? How would she feel? How would she stand? How would she walk? So I'm saying she because I'm a she, but he or she. What sort of thoughts would be going on inside of you? Now, all you want to do is pretend to be that version of you. You are pretending. You're pretending you're at school and you're in the playground with your friends pretending, because we found that dead easy, didn't we? We could do that, but as soon as we get older, we feel like an idiot. But why do we feel like an idiot? Because no one knows what's going on in your head. What you're doing when you do this, and this is why I want to put this over and make this clear about what you're doing when you do this, you are embodying the energetic version of you that is this. That version of you exists. You're just stepping into her or him and becoming them in the moment. Now, I used to talk about mental diet and say, God, I can't stand that. I can't stand the word diet. And I can't actually, calling it a mental diet. But I talk to myself a lot. I really do. And if I really want something, I will talk to myself as if I am the version that has it. But I know I'm pretending. This is the thing which makes it easier as far as I'm concerned. I know I'm pretending. I know that's not really me, but I'm embodying the energy of that. And I don't care that it's not really me. I'm just having a go. I'm just going, okay, what harm is this going to do me? How would I be speaking to myself if I had this? How would I be feeling? What would I be energetically? Okay, I'm going to have a go at that and see if I can kick it in. And I can very, very easily. And I've seen all sorts of things show up in my life from doing this, from being that version of me and just pretending to be that version of me. As soon as you take away the need to believe you are that version, it becomes so much easier. It's just another exercise. I mean, you could call it a technique, but I mean, I don't really like to talk about techniques as such. I mean, I know I say things like manifesting technique in my shorts videos and maybe in some of these videos, because I need to get people to look at my videos. I don't really see it as a technique, but you can if you want to see it as a technique. I guess it is, really. It's just a kind of a way of life. Again, everything that I talk about here has become a way of life for me. It's just something I do all the time. I don't suddenly go, oh, I might do that technique for this. It's just something I do all of the time, and it becomes part of my life. So what would the version of you feel like? Talk to yourself about if you were the version of you that had this. And then you kind of talk to yourself from that point of view. From the point of view of the version of you, so the parallel version of you that has this, but you are embodying the energy of him or her. And then you are just energetically, you are that version. Even though you're pretending, it doesn't matter. You are embodying the energy of that version of you. So you are going to see that version of you show up. But you need to do it without any expectation in mind. You need to do it. It's just part of your life, part of your routine, part of what you do in life. There's something I want. I really want that. I don't want to get caught up in the angst of not having it and dwelling in the lack of it. Why don't I just pretend that I am the version of me that has it? It's not going to do me any harm. No one knows what's going on in my head. That's the way I mean, because I did have that deluded thing way back. But now I just think, who cares? Who knows what's going on in my head? No one. No one should ever know what's going on in my head. No, that is definitely personal. My niece said something to me yesterday, actually. And she said that she swears, but only in her head. She's 12. And I said, you know, you can do whatever you like in your own head. Nobody is the judge of your head apart from you. Nobody is watching. So if you want to do that, you do that. So nobody knows. I wouldn't have known that. I wouldn't have known she even had it in her to even say a swear word, think a swear word, let alone say it. It just made me laugh. No one is looking inside of your head. No one knows. It's only you, and all you're doing is kicking in something, an energy that is going to help you succeed and help you to get to where you want to go. Because as I've said before, in my last video, our brains aren't actually designed to help us succeed. They are there to protect us. So we don't want to use the brain too much. I mean, this partly uses the brain. It does use the brain, really. But you're kicking in that creative side of you. You're kicking in the side of you, that feeling point inside of you that changes. You change the 3D when you change the 4D. And imagine if you keep doing this and you keep tapping into the energetic version of you, this new energetic version, you've got to see it show up. You've got to start seeing signs of that show up in your life at some point. But you do it without expectation. All of this, if you do it without expectation and you just do it because it's an exercise, it's something for me to do. I feel like I'm taking some action, but not too much action. And actually, this action, if you're going to take any action, this is the one to do. I'm just going to tell you a brief story, and it's the only reason that I came on and shot this video today, because sometimes things happen to me and I think, God, I need to talk about that. I had to do this morning, and I'm going to try and cut the story back a bit because I'm sure you don't want to know the whole story, but basically I had to go to the optician and I had to have an extensive eye examination and the health check and the scans and everything, because I was referred about 18 months ago to the glaucoma clinic because I had some peripheral vision issues. I don't know it, I'm not aware of it at all, but when they go and test it, there it is there. And so they refer me, and glaucoma is actually in my family. I think I don't know if I spoke about it here or on the members area about what I did to get over that and to make sure that that examination was exactly as I expected. So I'm not going to go down that route, but what I am going to tell you is what I did today. So I did actually manifest the exact outcome that I wanted from that, which for some people wouldn't have been the perfect outcome, but for me it was. I could get on with it. So today, I've been really nervous about this. I've been anxious about it. I've been putting it off. I'm 8 months after when I should have had the test, because I just keep putting it off because I hate anything to do with eyes and I just almost don't want to know. But anyway, I thought, you're just being ridiculous. You cannot not want to know. You have to jump on it. If you've got it, then you've got to deal with it. So off I went, and I was feeling so much more confident because I'd embodied the confident version of me, the version of me that could deal with whatever was given to me. But I also, with that, embodied the version of me that was going to walk out of that optician's being told that nothing had changed. That's all I wanted. If I could be told that nothing's changed and I could get on with that, I could believe that was possible. I could kind of feel that I had less resistance with that than everything is good and you definitely don't have it. I felt more resistance for that. So I went with nothing has changed. So if nothing's deteriorated, there's no point in further action for now. And I felt myself, the version of the woman that had just walked out of the opticians and been told that. I saw myself walking out smiling actually a few times in a visual, and then off I went. And then that's exactly what happened. I was really nervous about the results of the scan. But she said to me, do you know what, I'm not worried. It's exactly the same as last time. Nothing has changed, so I'm not worried about it. Exactly what I had embodied the version of me that was told this. And then basically off I went with a smile on my face. I thought, and she said that 2 years was the next point that I had to get checked. So I was really happy with that. So I embodied that version of me that had this good news. So that's what you're looking at doing. You're embodying the version, but you're not really believing necessarily. You're seeing a possibility, I guess, but not really believing that you are that. It's a funny thing because I do, if I'm sort of ever feeling a slight lack in confidence, if I've got something big going on, I think, I'll do that there and I'll embody the version of me that's super confident. All of a sudden, I am that version. And then any sort of lack of that I would have been feeling in the moment is gone. I mean, I consider myself a very confident person there anyway, but occasionally we all have those off days, don't we, or those off moments. Something will happen, or we'll just be feeling a bit weird when we wake up. So you embody the version of you that has what you want, and you're doing it for you, you're doing it to feel better, you're doing it because why the hell not? I think this is one of the most effective things. Really, I do. And I find it easy to do, and I don't find resistance because I think, well, so what? No one knows what's going on in my head. I can be deluded. I can be whatever I want. And I really am good with that. I'm good with being nuts. I do not care. I really don't care. I've spoken about before, I use a different name for this channel than my birth name. Because when I initially started doing it, and my pen name as well is Evie Sparks, I just thought, God, I wasn't confident in talking about it in a way that people I knew might find me and see my name, but now I'm not bothered. I really don't care at all. Right, okay, I'm going to leave it there. So if you've got any questions, have you tried this? Has it worked for you? Do you find it hard to do this? Do you think, no, I can't do that because I can't get over the deluded feeling? Whatever you want to say about this on the subject, you know me, I do try and come back to every single comment in as much detail as I can if it requires it, and I will do my best to help you. So I am a coach, I am an author, my coaching is available on my website. I'm also really adding a ton of subliminals to my website. I've got 4 on there at the moment, 3 plus a booster, boost your results. But I've got a massive list of ones that I want to put on that people have spoken to me about, that I've got, that's a really good one, and I thought, God, this will help this, and I've used subliminals so much in the past, I absolutely love them. So watch this space. I mean, I'm hoping to record them later today, so I have begged Jeremy to make sure that I don't have to wait for him to put them. He has to go through quite a rigmarole to get them on, because he puts samples of the sounds on so that you can decide whether you want music or whether you want nature sounds. So I have to record 2 versions of them. But hopefully within the next few days, and they might be there now actually, I'll put a link below, and if they're there, then awesome. But if not, they will be within the next couple of days. Right, thank you so much for watching.